Welcome to Softcore History.
Welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host for the week, Dan Regester, and I am joined as always by Jake Goldman and Rob Fox.
Peep my shirt. It's hot.
Howdy.
It is a hot shirt.
It's a fucking hot-ass shirt.
With or not, baby.
How's your weekend been?
It's been great, dude. Just getting ready to get out of town. Honestly, a lot of prep for that.
Going to Marfa.
Going to Marfa, Texas. Gonna go.
Artsy, Texas.
It's gonna be going. It's gonna be raining. Actually,
You want to take that photo in front of the
Prada
Prada store?
No, I'm not. This is what I'm excited about. The high when we get there will be 73 degrees.
That's glorious.
Yeah, and the low will be like 59 to 60. I'm gonna be in my element.
When are you leaving?
Friday.
I've only been to Marfa in October, and it was like 29 degrees. That sucked.
It's like true desert.
What, at night? Yeah, it's fucking cold as shit
like
at night.
here is not desert weather. It's still kind of humid here. Like we retain heat. We're also a city, so the concrete retains that heat. But Marfa gets like chilly. So I'm excited for that.
I hope you're enjoying this episode of Softcore Weather. Softcore Meteorology.
Yeah, so see what happens. It all rolls over.
We were camping, so 29 degrees was not great.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Well, were you camping or were you at El Cosmico?
We were at El Cosmico.
Yeah, okay.
So
You're at a
glamping,
bunkhouse
yeah.
joint.
We were glamping.
Yeah, it's not
You're in a yurt? Were you in a yurt?
A little pink trailer.
So not camping.
No,
That's not camping. Trailer is not camping.
You were within insulated walls, my friend.
Whatever.
Lord.
Yeah.
Whatever.
If anyone cares, I had a solo weekend with the baby.
Bachelor weekend.
Guys' nights.
Fucking partied. We went out to lunch.
Did you give your kid Coke or?
What?
Did you give your kid Coke or?
He did all of it.
Fucking
Little
Get him a little.
spoke in the
baby.
bag,
Yeah.
bro.
Get him a prosty.
I took him to a cat house. I was like, it's time. You're 11 months.
You're essentially a man.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
Plus, Jake was grooming my child. He came over and brushed his hair.
I didn't groom your kid.
It's a joke from a...
No, physically.
Yeah, if you like that joke, you should check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/
did you take Rory to-
softcore history.
Did you take Rory to Helen Slagerman?
Yeah, of course. She's the best.
Yeah. She knows what she's been around.
Sunday night, we're a little juiced up. I'm actually drinking on the podcast for once.
Dan is having a cocktail, a seltzer,
A couple hard AFs.
on the podcast night, which is rare. Usually you're having like a Ghost or a C4 or a Bang or something.
Something that gets my heart rate up.
Which is stupid. You need to get instead of getting your heart rate up, you need to get your mind free.
Yeah, you should, instead of Bang, drink Bong.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
You need to release your inhibitions when you talk about history.
And I feel like that's the perfect segue for this topic today.
It's one I'm excited for.
Of course you
I
guys
actually
are.
told you pre-show, which is something we don't usually do. Because we usually like to surprise people.
Fully surprised, yeah.
But today, we're talking about people that release their inhibitions
For God.
for God.
Yeah.
We're talking, of course,
Of course. Like, you'd be like, oh, yeah, I know it's coming.
about the rarely talked about, yet we done goofed Fourth Crusade that ultimately started the fall of one of the Christian stronghold capitals, Constantinople.
Mm-hmm. There are two things that really fucked over the Eastern Roman Empire. One of them is the Eastern Roman Empire,
Right.
which is like the hilarious saying. I mean, the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, whatever you want to call it, like their original downfall was like they were essentially the only superpower in the Western world, and they had a rival who was superpower-esque in the Persians, and these two assholes were for like a century basically like, no one else can touch us. Let's just fight wars against each other until we go broke. This is at the same time as Himyar, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. And
Long
what
live Himyar.
happened is, out of nowhere, this thing called Islam started. And historians have basically called that like a human tidal wave. And
Real thorn in the head of Jesus.
well, he's one of their prophets. But like the fucking like it was so unpredictable and out of nowhere. And the Eastern Roman Empire and the Persians were so fucking broke from fighting each other for a century that they couldn't do anything. Like they had no money, no resources to stop So essentially, if they hadn't been fighting each other, if they hadn't just been in the game, like playing that little game with each other for a century, they might have been able to not get like most of their land taken away by this like essentially like tribal army that came up out of the Arabian Peninsula.
Yeah, it's tribal warlords basically.
Yeah.
That I mean, not trying to catch too much smoke here. So respect where respect is due. Man could run a fucking caliphate. But but essentially what the spread of Islam is a tribal warlord spreading rule. Like and it's impressive. Like if you look at it from a pure like how the fuck
the logistical the only thing that explains it is religion.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the only. It's the grand unifier, right?
Yeah.
Of all these tribes.
No
yeah,
other.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's totally impressive. Like, hey, don't murder me. But yeah, he's a tribal warlord.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
And
great
then-
at it.
So what's funny is the first thing that fucked the Eastern Roman Empire, I guess you could say, was an Islamic army that they did not see coming, since Islam didn't exist. How could you see that coming? The second thing that fucked them was a Christian army that they, well, saw coming, I suppose. But
Would you like to lead this episode?
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
But it's funny. They really got Eiffel Towered by
Zealots.
2 out of the 3.
No, I'm actually glad.
Abrahamic. How do you say it?
It's Abrahamic.
Abrahamic religions.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you're here, Rob, because obviously you're a little bit more read up on the situation. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know the Fourth Crusade happened.
Well, so there's like
It's more of a friendly fire situation. It was Christian v. Christian for the most part.
honestly, it was more of a like didn't get off the runway because everyone just got too drunk on the plane.
Like Christian v. Christian. Like, is it kind of like a Kramer versus Kramer type thing?
I mean, you'll hear about it, but
Yeah, you will.
I think there was like 5 or 6 technical Holy Land crusades, but I mean, there were like It's crusades just jihad, right? Like it's just like or what's it, or like what was one in Salman fatwa?
Well, fatwa's on a person.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the crusades like St. Louis, like I'm from
A jihad is more of a crusade.
Yeah, okay. So St. Louis, where I'm from, is named after St. Louis the 12th or 10th or something like that. He fought crusades. He fought in crusades, but none of the ones in Israel or Palestine or the Levant or whatever. He fought in like Tunisia and shit. So it's just like, hey, there's the Muslims are oppressing Christians there or something, or there's just Muslims there or whatever. Like, or there's Christians, there's a different sect of Christianity that we don't fucking like there.
Well,
Crusade!
I would say this crusade was more like, hey, we have a destination, but tire blew out on the road trip.
Yeah.
Couple
We were
other
promised
things
loot.
happened. Yeah. It's more of a we'd like to get there, but too many things happened on the way there that kind of got in the way.
Pretty much.
So-
It is like all the other crusades except for the Third Crusade, and maybe the First Crusade was okay. I mean, they're all horrible, but I mean, like in terms of like outcomes, First Crusade is okay. Third Crusade was probably the most competent one, and the rest are just a fucking shit show.
I would say one is, right?
Like one, I guess, took Jerusalem.
One actually worked.
Yeah,
2, we lost.
dog shit. 3 was a tie.
3 was
like
not
Nam.
a tie. We lost. And I'm saying we as Christians.
Wait, you think Nam was a tie?
No, I'm sorry. I meant it was like Korea. 3 was like Korea. Sorry, yeah, not
Okay,
Korea. Yeah,
Nam.
2 and 3, we took L's, Rob.
no.
We took L's.
No, 3 was. It's actually impressive that 3 fought to even a standstill.
And 4, we shot ourselves in the foot.
4, we shot ourselves in the dick.
This is
We shot
about
ourselves in our big swinging dick.
Yep. This is about a decade after the third one. This is 1202.
Mhm.
From 1202 to 1204. By the turn of the 13th century, Pope Innocent III called for the armies of Europe to once again come together
Favorite pope name.
and take back
Pretty good.
Jerusalem.
What's a better pope name, Pius or Innocent? For just pure like hypocrisy.
Innocent. A crusader pope?
Pius.
Especially given the current stages of the Catholic Church.
Actually, pious is pretty funny because that means you like give, right?
And Pius was the one, if you recall from our other episode, that was negotiating with Hitler.
Oh,
So Pius was negotiating with Hitler,
Yeah.
and Innocent was launching crusades.
yeah. Wait, wasn't Pius one of the ones from the Cadaver Synod too?
There's like 12 Piuses.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Pius. Might have been one of the ones that unearthed the other Pope, or maybe Pope Pius was unearthed.
This
I
is
forget,
only
yeah.
the third Innocent, though.
Yeah.
So,
Now you just can't do it because you get memed into oblivion.
Yeah.
Like there will never be another Pope Innocent.
Even the Vatican has a PR team better.
They're
than
like,
that.
no, yeah, you
come
can't
on,
be.
Come on.
got to separate ourselves from that. Different strategy for this, though. instead of coming from the north, they're going to invade Jerusalem from the south through Egypt.
Ooh,
Smart. Not really.
no.
To do
Sounds dumb.
so,
That sounds like they have to go through more Muslim land. Oh, is it?
no, they actually, well, at this time, Egypt was obviously Muslim occupied, but they needed boats.
Right. Well, but to the north or whatever, to get to the Levant, you go through what is now Turkey, then Anatolia, whatever. That's more mixed, more Christian, Greek, under the rule of the Byzantine. I mean, it goes back. They were fighting back and forth over it, but like that is more or less a friendlier path. Like going through Egypt is just like adding Islamic controlled land that you have to go through.
Just another layer of fighting.
Wasn't there like a agreement though between Muhammad and the Christians in Egypt where it's like, hey, don't fuck with them.
The Coptic Christians.
Yeah.
There were like, it depends on who was in charge, but typically, like if you were a pagan or whatever you want to call it, you were for sure forced to convert or like executed. With Christians and Jews, it was more like, again, depending on who was in charge, you didn't have to convert.
But at the same time, Muhammad was what, 600 years before this?
But what?
Muhammad was 600 years before this.
Yeah. But I mean, even still, these laws, because I think Muhammad did this right after Muhammad.
There's like a fucking contract with Muhammad.
Yeah,
like,
so the rule was if you were Christian or Jewish, depending on who was in charge, sometimes it was just put to the sword, but a lot of times it was like, okay, you can stay Christian or Jewish, but you're gonna have to pay taxes. Well, it was like you literally you weren't allowed certain positions. Like you were a lower tier, lower caste, and you had to pay extra tax.
We're all part of the MCU, the Muslim Cinematic Universe here. Like this is all canon.
Right.
Yeah. But you got to pay taxes for it, right?
Right. Well, to do so, to invade from Egypt, they needed boats.
Okay.
And at the time, Venice was your sea vessel plug.
Yeah, for sure. The Venetians crushed it with boats.
They did.
Yeah.
Venetians, a great faction to play in medieval 2 Total War.
Sick.
So they set up a meeting with Enrico Dandolo, the Doge of Venice, the original Doge coin.
Is that what that's named for?
No, it's named for
God, I
Shiba
hope so.
Inu.
Is it because Doge, dog, Doge? But I mean, like, Doge was a title.
The
Was
Doge
it?
of Venice, yeah.
Yeah. The people who made Dogecoin absolutely don't know that.
The Venetians said they would build a fleet, they would stop everything, they would solely work on all these boats for the Crusaders for the lofty price of 85,000 silver marks.
Okay. Do we have an inflation estimate?
No, I don't.
Today money?
I don't.
Okay.
Just, keep that in mind. It's a lot of money. A lot of pieces of silver.
You guys have rats in this building.
Yeah, I know.
Did we just see a rat?
No, I can hear it.
Yeah. It could be a squirrel.
No, that's a fucking rat, dude.
Okay, fine.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the Venetians?
We have rats in the building.
These bankers are rats.
They're rats!
So the Crusaders, obviously, decade beforehand, had another crusade. So they're cash poor. Not a whole lot of money.
Well, the Crusades are weird, too, because it's not like a state is doing it, right? It's basically like the papacy being like, hey, king, whatever of whatever. How many
That's the thing,
troops are you
too.
gonna give
This specific crusade, too, didn't necessarily have like a king or a monarch that led it. It was just the Pope kind of putting it out there.
Right. Like the Third Crusade, Richard the Lionheart was kind of the head bitch in charge.
That was the Robin Hood.
Yes.
King Richard.
And
Well, that
King
was Louis
John.
Black.
The Magna Carta was signed while King Richard the Lionheart was away, I think. Yeah. There's rats in the ceiling, whatever.
It gives me PTSD, dude.
Of what?
Do you hear the
Do you
rats?
not remember, like, my rental house for 2 years had a rat problem?
No.
Oh.
I don't remember. And I
Roof
don't
rats are
care.
the most common pest in Central Texas.
That doesn't surprise me.
So they're on the roof or they're in the roof?
They're inside.
They're in the between the ceiling and the roof.
They
They're
live in
the
there.
insulation.
Yeah.
They make nests.
Now,
where
are
they
they
hide
on
out.
set or on the roof? Because they might be on the set.
That's
or they
fine.
might be in the set.
No, they're in between.
I do hear them now, yeah.
I've been saying for
Yeah.
weeks we need more rattlesnakes on the property.
And then mongooses,
Yeah.
just to balance it
To
out.
handle that, yeah.
We're just thinking ahead. We're being proactive.
Okay.
Sorry, it's something that I've literally had to deal with for 2 years, so it jars me when I hear
bringing
that
it back.
fucking noise. Yeah.
Obviously, cash poor, 85,000 silver marks. Seems to be a large ask, right?
Those Venetians they don't fuck around.
They don't. They're
like, yeah, we're Catholic, I guess. Not Catholic enough to not
That's
get
rat, dude.
85.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
That's
bro.
loud as hell. It might be in the fucking flag behind me. I don't even know.
No, it's definitely in the roof.
Okay.
This is a sign from God.
Stop talking about it.
Stop talking about the
Stop talking
goddamn
about our elves.
Crusades.
He's sending plagues.
Yep.
So they made a deal to lessen the cost if they could help the Venetians capture the city of Zara, which is current-day Croatia, from the Hungarians.
Okay.
By the way,
Nice little trading port.
Catholic nation led by a Christian king,
Hungary.
King Emmerich.
Mhm.
No, Zara.
It's
Current-day Croatia.
right. Croatia's Catholic, but I thought you said the Hungarians.
Hungarian controlled.
Okay,
Yes.
but are the Hungarians Catholic?
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're like a little Catholic on Catholic violence there.
So a group of crusade leaders led by Boniface I of Monteferrat agreed to do so without the Pope's consent. Kind of a problem.
That
Well,
sounds problematic.
Did they not have the Pope's consent at all, or was it like an under the table, like I can't consent to this, but if it gets a
No,
crusade
Innocent
up the
III was not down with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
was
Word gets
innocent.
back to Innocent III because, again, they are attacking a Catholic city and a Catholic king. He threatens to excommunicate everyone involved. With that threat, some, but not all, of the Crusade forces bail.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
So who stuck around?
A good portion.
Okay.
Just a few of, the...
Do we have a nation? Like, is it like a primarily one nationality, or is it just a bunch of mercs?
It's really a bunch of mercs.
Yeah.
It's like 3 different countries. It's France. It's whatever the fuck Monteferrat is.
This is one thing I think that people forget about. So, like, in ancient Rome, if you served as a legionary for like 25 years or something, you got X amount of land and a pension and
Sure.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
But in the Middle Ages, I mean, there's so many different countries. It depends. But in general, just warfare in general, you can say, like, why would all these poor people fight this fight for a rich lord who, the lord gets glory and stuff like that? Why would a poor or even lower middle class person fight in these wars in the name of that? And the
Because
reason,
you're bored?
maybe some of it, but
That was probably most of it. Yeah.
no,
They're
a big
bored.
portion of it was you got to loot.
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
That's why you were a firefighter in the 1800s.
Yeah. You
Looting.
got
Yeah.
access to wealth and resources that you would not otherwise ever have access to. So if you lived, you were able to bring back a good ass portion of shit to your family, whatever. You could boost your maybe status a little bit,
You're essentially a Viking.
kind of.
It's state sanctioned pillaging.
Yes.
Well, I guess all pillaging kind of is in a way, but
Yeah, right. But I mean, like, there was a reason people would do these things, and that was because, like, there was something in it for that. Like, that, I think a lot of people are just like, what could possibly be in it for them? And the answer is, I mean, for some people they were bored. Some people they like mercs probably they want to get paid, but it's also they're bored and they don't have anything else
Some
to do.
people
blah, blah.
wanted to kill.
But for the average, for like a guy who maybe has a family or whatever, like, yeah, they can make some money.
yeah,
You got to loot.
that makes sense. Honestly, what?
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
It's what an easier, what an easy way to, I guess, rally the troops too. Than hey, you want to up your socioeconomic status?
Yeah.
Fight for us. Take what you can.
You're
Yeah.
doing this for
Yeah.
God as well.
You want to stay here? You be poor. Yeah. And
Well,
God,
yeah.
and you're gonna get rich because God wants you to win.
The
And,
ultimate
if
riches.
God's on your
Yeah,
side, you're not
eternity.
gonna fucking lose.
Number
In the
one,
kingdom of
God.
heaven. Yeah.
Number 2, loot. Like it's one of those
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
So the siege started on November 13th, 1202, and the city of Zara fell by the 24th. So was it 11 days?
That's not a siege. That's just a battle. That's a shitty siege for the defenders.
Well, I was about
I
to say.
don't think they were expecting
Like
it.
they scored on first and goal. There was
Yeah.
no goal line stand.
Yeah, sieges usually are long.
I will tell you though,
11 days is
Boniface.
at all.
Boniface, for say what you will about the man, dude was efficient because this isn't even the shortest amount.
okay.
It was 11 days, and that was
Right. I mean, that's, you're packing up your tent before you're even settled in. 11 days?
Yeah.
Shit.
So Innocent III excommunicates everyone involved.
Blah, blah, blah.
Whatever that means.
Excommunicate.
Wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which
eventually,
is what happens in the game Medieval 2 Total War.
eventually,
You're like, fuck, I got excommunicated. Just wait till the next pope.
he rescinds those excommunications
Yep.
for everyone other than the Venetians by the end of 1203.
Well, you made the boats.
The Venetians are, wait, who cares? The Venetians are like, oh, I guess we'll just make our own crosses out of pure ass silver. We're
Womp
fine.
womp. Yeah.
And also, the Venetians, to a large extent, I assume, like, they're like, you know, yeah, that's bad. It's a bad look to get excommunicated, but they run, them in Milan, like, run the fucking economy.
They're essentially the Iron Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Iron Bank is based on Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Look at, well, all of.
Didn't you do a Venetian episode?
I didn't do a Venetian episode. I did it was on
Genoa?
It was on Genoa, and it was on the
Medici's.
The Medici family.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's correct. Yeah, Italian banking. What Italy, the coastal, like that.
Milan,
I think it's
Genoa, and-
Adriatic. Well, both coasts really.
Yeah, because Milan's not Adriatic.
No, but yeah, those. It's really the first form of centralized ultra banking.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you have financial instruments to leverage lends with interest and create financing for larger projects.
Right. Where you think governments are adorable.
Yeah, it's like, ha ha, you like that, huh?
Yeah.
You would love a new canal, wouldn't you?
You think you're in charge.
No, it's how the money.
Yeah.
It's how the money moves. And we, if you are again Patreon fans, check out the Fed episode we just did on central banking.
Also,
as well.
the Venetian episode or the Medici episode is also available on this feed right now.
Yeah, check that one out too. It's very good.
Obviously, the Crusaders were still deeply in debt, even though this took a good portion off their tab. But, you know, the Venetians still wanted that money.
Of course they did.
So this is where
Typical greedy Italian trope.
Constantinople
They just want another meatball.
They're just Christian Jews.
and Prince Alexios IV of the Byzantine Empire come into the picture. He was currently in prison after a coup of his father, Isaac II, is successful by his uncle, Alexios III, who takes
So-
power.
His uncle Hamleted his dad
Mhm.
and put him in prison.
Although Isaac II at this time is also in jail. He's still alive.
Oh, okay. So he didn't kill him, but
Nope.
the uncle
Didn't kill his
usurped the
brother.
dad.
Didn't kill his nephew, but
Yeah.
they're in jail.
Now, I said Hamleted, but if you're a moron, Lion King would be the way to put that.
From now on, I'm going to refer to Alexios IV as Prison Alexios
Perfect.
and Alexios III as not Prison Alexios.
that actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
So Prison Alexios writes a letter to the Crusaders and offers up 20,000 or 200,000 silver marks if they rescued him.
For, so many questions. A, Dear Crusades.
Dear Army.
So again, the original tab was 85,000 silver marks.
Right.
This is 200,000. They've already knocked off a
It's
few.
like the whole wealth of the Byzantine Empire, it sounds like, to be quite honest. I mean, I don't know what the GDP of the Byzantine Empire and what is this, like
It's impossible to
1,300,
calculate. Yeah.
1,250?
No way to actually say yes.
And then B, so A, it's Dear Crusades. But then B, it's, how does he get that fucking letter out of jail? He's like, I'm just sending a letter. Don't worry, it's to the Crusades.
Don't look
not
at it,
about,
it's
not about you.
It's private.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's federal offense to open this.
So 200,000 silver marks if they rescued him, disposed of Alexio Three Sticks, a.k.a. non-prison Alexios, and put him into power.
Sounds like, does 200 grand sounds like a lie, by the way.
We'll get to that.
I was about to say, it's like, get me out of prison.
Sounds
Yeah.
if it's too good to be true.
It probably is.
I guess the oldest saying would be, and this is applicable since the Byzantines are technically Greeks at this point, beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
This would obviously pay off their debts to the Venetians and give them more than enough resources for the original plan, again, which we kind of overlooked, was to take back the Holy Land through Egypt.
Which is a shitty plan.
It's bad.
It's an absolute dog shit plan.
It's like taking fucking Siberia through Moscow.
No, it's taking Moscow through Siberia.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
We've been drinking.
Yeah.
We've been
It's
drinking.
literally like everyone's tried it the easy way. Everyone's tried it.
We're going to start from the Bering Strait.
never see it coming.
We'll be dead before we get there. Yeah.
Prison Alexios also promised to reunite the Eastern Church with Rome and offered up his aid in the New Crusade.
This is probably, 250 years after the Schism of 1054? What years?
This was 1203.
Okay, so 150 years after the Schism of 1054, where the Eastern Orthodox Church left. So people always give, all the love, all the attention to Martin Luther and Henry VIII for splitting off of the Catholic Church, but literally half the Christian church split away.
The divide between East and West gets significantly bigger because of this.
Oh, yeah. Forever.
Yeah.
They're probably still pissed. Muslims are kind of rightfully still pissed off about the Crusades, even though they conquered 1 million Christian countries in their just general expansion. So I don't really understand. I mean, we're really just assholes to each other. It's not really a good guy in that situation.
No, there's no good guy in religious crusade. Yeah. Whoa, what a fucking revelation.
But
God.
The Eastern Orthodox Church has a little bit more of a specific, reasonable complaint for what's coming.
Sure.
They sack another Christian city plan in July 1203. They run that back.
Who'd they sack this time?
Constantinople.
Fun.
Despite a letter from the Pope once again warning them not to do so.
And Constantinople wasn't even Catholic.
It was pretty Christian, though.
It was Eastern Orthodox, so it wasn't Catholic.
But, they're going to, fuel those fires.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Pope's like, hey, please don't. I'll excommunicate your ass. And this is once
and I might not let you back in this time.
Again, same forces led by Boniface I. He doesn't really care.
He doesn't give a shit.
I'm trying to war, bro.
Well, also, at some point, you're just in debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta loot.
You gotta loot.
You gotta get that. Right. You can't.
Right.
I mean, well, that's just an entire fucking Roman Empire problem, really.
What?
We need more shit.
Oh, I mean, look, there's a lot of things you're going to do that you wouldn't normally do if you owe people money.
Yeah.
All right? And this guy owes people money.
It's the worst thing you've done for money.
We all know yours, Dan.
It's probably this.
I sold a guitar.
I've
sold
I will tell
blood.
you this. So I will tell you this. So I was
to make rent.
after I was fired from TFM in 2017. I never thought I would have to do this again this late in my life. It was a really low point.
Mhm.
I was so broke. I was on unemployment. I was so broke that at the age of 20, no, I was over 30. That's rough. Used a Coinstar.
Wow. Dude, the VIG on the Coinstar, man. It's 20%.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I had a fucking cup of coins.
We just roaming the streets of Austin looking for fucking change.
No, I just had a big cup of change.
This is like, you're like, I will never need this, and then you needed it.
Yeah, it got me like
An
20
elitist
bucks.
like yourself
And by the way, I
would
bought
say that
alcohol
is
with
your
it.
lowest moment, by the way.
What?
An elitist like you would say that's your lowest
I
moment.
will say, anytime I've ever
My
pawned,
parents just do that.
Look, man, sometimes, you need help with money to buy alcohol. I was like still living in a luxury apartment with my wife.
straight up, yeah. Like, I was just about to say, anytime I've ever sold video game shit or a guitar or something like that, it wasn't like to pay rent.
Yeah.
It was, rent was covered. I wanted to go out.
Oh, yeah. No,
I
it
was like,
it
hey,
for booze.
who am I impressing with this guitar? I'm trying to go get chicks. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I've always tried to make rent, especially after the TFM days.
Yeah. It's honestly a miracle. This is how I know Courtney's the one, is she stayed with me in the post-TFM days, and that was grim for a minute.
I think it was grim for everybody, really.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I got let go like 7 or 8 months before my wedding. I was like, shit.
Fucking nightmare, yeah.
This would obviously pay off their debts to the Venetians, like I
And
said.
then some.
Alexios III accidentally sets a good portion of his own city on fire,
Sick.
Oh, whoops.
leaving 20,000 people homeless.
I got to
in
assume
defense.
that was inspiration for the last Targaryen king.
The Mad King.
Yeah, burn it all. Burn it to the ground.
Well, I guess, or Caligula.
I think it's more this, to be honest, because his city was in the
Or
process
Nero.
of being sacked.
Oh.
No, Nero started that.
Nero. Yeah, that's not Caligula.
Yeah. Nero started that fire just to kill, just because he's a psycho, which I guess Mad King was
would
too.
make the most
but
sense.
there was no one at the gates
Sure.
for Nero. Like Nero was just a psycho.
He's
He's
playing
one who
violin
killed
while
yeah.
Christians,
This
yeah.
person was probably also not the most mentally stable.
Right.
just because-
Non-prison Alexios III.
Yeah, and they were enemies at the gates.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I think it was just kind of a goof.
It's an old-fashioned jape.
The city falls, and Uncle Alexios flees the city. Prison Alexios and his father, Isaac II, are restored into power by August.
Now wait, didn't they let them in? There was no siege, was there?
No,
I'm pretty
there was a
sure
siege.
there
No.
was a siege.
We're talking about the second. We're going to get to that.
Okay. Man, all right, let's go.
Yeah, we sacked Constantinople twice.
You keep saying we like it's the fucking Phillies, bro. Like, what?
Yeah, fucking Catholics, brother.
Okay.
Go. I mean, look,
Christians.
Y'all are so fucking removed from these people.
we're both Irish Catholic, but I mean, I have a good amount of French, Belgian in me as well. So, like,
Sick.
yeah, I probably had some distant relatives sacking Constantinople.
I probably had some distant relatives sacking Constantinople. Fuck you.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, my people are way more Eastern that way than y'all's are.
These are mercs, though. They're from all over.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well.
And I'm German too. So yeah, I mean, yeah,
I got a bunch of French.
What?
I got a bunch of French, Greek.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
Well, Greek,
I'm a
you were
goddamn
getting
mutt.
sacked then.
Oh, we were. Yeah, I'm Europe mutt. It's good.
No, Greek's not mud. It's just you got sacked. Greek is actually Europe upper crust. So fun story. So when people think of Greeks, like Americans, when they think of Greece, they think of ancient Greece, think of Socrates, 300, the Spartans, Athens, whatever. But in Greece, like, and in the kind of Greek world, which does not include Istanbul, Constantinople, Byzantium anymore. But like when in Greece, like Greek history, their main thing, like their prime time is the Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantium.
No, I think it's right now.
Yeah, Greece is crushing it.
They've
Between
current Greece is jealous of Constantinople's situation in
this
fucking
moment.
situation. Yeah.
yeah,
So things worked out as planned. That is until the Crusaders go to collect
From prison Alexios.
from prison Alexios.
Oh, weird.
It was
This guy didn't have more money.
strangely cash poor as well.
This guy didn't have more money than Venice wanted.
Apparently not from prison.
Yeah.
weird.
That's weird. So the Crusaders grow restless. Isaac II, his father, dies in January of 1204.
Smart.
Good call on Isaac's part.
call.
Smart.
I'm out.
Prison Alexios IV needs to get creative to pay these Christian mercenaries that he originally hired, again led by Boniface I. So he starts to melt down church relics to form gold and silver bars to try to please his new friends.
Look, this is God's army. Give him God's gold.
It's God gold.
Seems like a fair trade.
It's God coin.
Flawless life. God coin. That's actually be our crypto.
God coin.
God coin.
Just melting down tabernacles from across the country.
Yeah. As like churches go under, you know what I mean? Dude, there are a lot of church what do you call it?
Assets.
No. Contraction. Like churches are closing.
All
The
across the
parishes
country,
are
yeah.
combining. Like that happens a lot. Like that happened.
About
happening.
fucking time. I'll say that.
It's happening in St. Louis a ton because St. Louis used to be
My
and it's
parish went under.
did it?
Yeah.
Mine's
Lady of
still going
Fatima.
good because people keep getting folded into ours.
At least the school did. The
Our school's
got-
still going good too because
yeah.
people get folded into our. We were dicey for a minute though. How many people were in your grad? No, you didn't go to Catholic grade school. Did
I went
you?
to Catholic grade school
till 8th grade.
till 8th grade, K through 8, and then I went to public school.
Okay, how many people were in your graduating class?
Like 40.
I had 18 in my 8th grade class.
Damn.
18. Yeah.
Also, everyone's just like, oh yeah, Catholic private school. That must have been so expensive. No, it was pretty cheap.
So K through 8 is not
Yeah,
expensive.
K through 8 is really cheap.
High school.
Did they tithe or did they
No.
pay for it?
You just pay for it, but it's like $2,000 a year a kid.
Oh wow.
It's not much.
No.
But high school is. So when I went to
That's why I went to private or public high school.
Yeah. So my high school when I started there, I think it was like $5,000 a year. And when I graduated, we had moved to a new campus, and every kid had a laptop at the new campus, and that was in the tuition. So we were like $8 or $9 grand a year. Now though,
It's got to be insane.
oh, it's like 20 grand a year
I was about
to
to
go
say
to my high school
16, 20, yeah.
It's
What?
fucking crazy. Yeah.
Well, everyone's on scholarship, right? Because they recruit.
Or you tied.
Not as many as you'd think.
They
but
that was
yeah.
that was the big
They
thing.
also have a good scholarship fund, but like so yeah, I think there's more people on scholarship than there used to be. But like my best friend who went to CBC with me, like his mom was like a babysitter.
That was always
That
like
was her
kind
whole
of fucked
fucking
up
job.
though. Was that we had to play against like the Catholic schools they could recruit.
Yeah.
So like St. Joe's Prep, I literally saw them on TV today or yesterday, in one
Were
of
they
those
playing
like
Aquinas?
they were St.
Yeah, I
Thomas
saw that.
Aquinas. Yeah,
Yep.
they were beating them
Down
for a
in Florida?
while.
I think so. I took my kid out to lunch, and I was like, "Can you put on the fucking Nebraska Northwestern game? I don't want to watch this high school game." But there was a big A on the field, and I saw
Yeah.
Aquinas.
It was St. Joe's Prep versus
Yeah.
Aquinas. Actually, St. Joe's Prep's also where Rob McElhenney went.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unsurprising.
Yeah, no. So they started melting shit down. And a man by the name of Alexio V, no relation to Alexio IV. So this is
Why would there be?
gets super confusing.
Yeah.
So new Alexios.
So there's
Did
prison
not
Alexios,
care for-
not prison Alexios and new Alexios.
Yeah, so new Alexios did not care for prison Alexios finances the way he was kind of handing out all these different relics of the church, melting shit down, giving out all their money.
Seems blasphemous. Yeah. And by the way, giving them to a different sect of Christianity, no less.
Yes.
Yeah, not a good look.
Now Alexios V also had a name before, but who could remember it?
Not
Did
you,
you just
trying
try
to
to
search
Google
it
it?
right now.
I tried to, it didn't come. Oh, Mort Zopholis. We're gonna go with Alexios V.
Yeah. Why?
yeah.
It's Greek, man. Fucking.
Mort Savopoulos.
Blah, 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 blah,
So
blah,
we're gonna go with
blah.
Alexios,
Yeah.
the new. Didn't care for it, so he put prison Alexios in the fucking crippler crossface because he strangled him to death.
Whoa! What? Like he just walked up to him and was like, "No," and
Hey!
choked it out.
Yeah,
Hugged his neck with his hands.
takes power and starts building defenses from the Crusaders who were just camping out by the city waiting for payment.
Right.
So he starts putting up more walls.
So
And
they
then-
were being chilled of the city. They were like, they went in, they knocked off
Yeah.
who they needed to knock off, and were like, "Okay, money."
they were waiting for the money.
Also-
outside the gates,
I can't.
just kind of camping out.
It's like a drug dealer that you buy drugs from and he walks you to the ATM.
I can't.
you know, he just goes
rather-
to your backyard and just pitches a tent.
Rather, the stripper that gives you a lap dance, and then you're like, oh shit, I don't have cash, and they follow you to an
To the
ATM.
ATM, yeah, with the bouncer.
Yeah, and imagine during that moment you decide to start laying brick.
Between you and the stripper, yeah,
I,
at the ATM.
No, not today. I think not.
I have danced and dashed before.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, no, it wasn't my fault.
I don't think there's statute of limitations with strippers and bouncers.
No, there's not. They'll probably, dude. And it was at a
We're not
fucking
gonna see you
hole
next
in the
week.
wall strip club in College Station. That was
Oh, so in-state, cool.
nicknamed the Dirty Sock, and it was the type of thing like a gravel parking lot. I was like, we got to go. Like, like this looks like a type of parking lot I would get murdered in.
Yeah.
No, but she cornered me. Like I wasn't looking for the lap dance and was like, "Ha ha, bitch!" Or like I'll go to the ATM and then
Dude,
like,
you
ran out,
never
like, "Ha, ha,
really
bitch."
are.
What?
You never really are.
You get bullied into
No.
a lap
Like
dance.
this was like predatory.
Everyone
Like,
gets
Same.
bullied into a
Yeah.
lap dance.
this
No one
was
wants
even
one.
okay. I've been to plenty of strip clubs. I understand that. I've been in both situations.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you was this was even egregious for that.
Okay, fine.
Okay, like I've not only been to a strip club one fucking time. Like I understand
know
what
you
I
haven't.
understand what you mean, and what I'm telling you is even for
Why are
that,
you getting so
it was
defensive,
bad.
bro? Why are you getting so
And
defensive?
I
man?
was like, I gotta go to the thing, and I didn't want it. I literally did not want the lap dance, and it was over so fast. And she was like $20, and I was like, okay, well I gotta go to the ATM.
wow,
and,
it must have been awful.
It was.
$20.
Fucking damn.
and then the people I was with were leaving, and I was like, yeah, let's go. And then once we got out the door, I was like, no, let's go, get in the truck. Like I'm supposed to be paying this person who I didn't want to dance from. Like,
Right.
get in the fucking truck.
$20 sound like for a song sounds normal. Seems like normal rates.
Yeah, I think that's
That's the going rate. Yeah.
Is that the going rate?
I mean, I had a
This place
buddy.
it was, for
I had a
sure.
fucking buddy that got a blowjob from a stripper in New Orleans for $30.
Jesus, that's a blowjob you shouldn't be paying.
No,
for.
you shouldn't.
Yeah, you should.
Well, if she says the price is $30 for a blowjob,
There's a lot of red
you
flags.
leave. You gotta leave.
yeah. Yeah,
to
there's
Jesse.
gonna be.
Just call it.
You
Drop
just like
that
wake
name.
up in the morning. There's like a mushroom growing out of your dick hole.
It's like double mushroom.
I didn't say his last name, but I did out his first name.
Hey Jesse.
He's an interesting cat, man. He, I
Is
won't
he?
go into
That
detail.
sounds like a pretty normal New Orleans experience.
Well, other like after.
Like, I know way
this
too
was in
many people
college.
who've
I'm
done
saying
that.
his
Okay.
post grad life was pretty interesting. Maybe do an episode on him in the Patreon.
I don't know. I knew a kid that paid for 10 songs, so $200 at Mons Venus to get an OTPHJ.
Sick.
Yeah, it's like because there's no private rooms in Mons Venus.
Is it just like the little cubicles?
No, there's nothing.
Oh.
There's a center room, and then on the outside, it's just like imagine just like you took all the walls of this place and put a wraparound bench. You get taken to the bench.
Ew.
Yeah, it's
That's
fucking,
the urinal trough of lap dances.
and it is normally rated one of the best strip clubs in the country.
I was gonna say Mons Venus of all places.
It is
Yeah,
a tiny
Tampa's
place,
the lightning capital of the world and the stripper capital of the world.
and they're all around Raymond James.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they should be.
Realizing they were not going to get paid what they were promised, the Crusaders decide to sack Constantinople for a second time.
Side mission. They're playing an open world game.
Sandbox, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandbox game.
This is when the side mission affects the real mission,
Yeah.
like the real front and center storyline.
Which, again, I was going to say before you guys jumped into the strip club shit, they are now at the Bosphorus Straits. And they still want to get boats and go all the way fucking around and up.
Well, they have the boats. They got to pay for them.
Where are the boats? In Venice?
No, they're currently,
with them?
They're currently in them.
Okay, whatever. Still, though, they want to go all the way. Not even, I don't understand this. Like, not even land directly in fucking Israel, which has a giant coastline.
Yeah. There's plenty of places to land.
And if there's an enemy navy, they'll fucking find you either way. Like, who are these people?
Go through Egypt, which is Muslim occupied, and they'll
And
never
desert?
expect it, I guess. Yeah.
It really
You
is
got to
going
go
through-
in,
it's
not
go-
even through the back door, through the back window.
Yeah, it
And
is
you
going
don't, you're
through
not
Siberia.
taking like you're not even opening the window. You're like crawling through it, like breaking the glass,
Smashing it.
But like, yeah,
dragging
but you're crawling.
your stomach over the broken glass. Yeah.
It's the worst fucking plan. These people had no intention of doing this.
No.
They were just stealing.
They were it's like when you do other work to procrastinate from the work you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I hate these people.
Yeah.
So they obliterate one of the centers of their pretty much own religion in only.
No, it wasn't. Like, it was a different sect.
It's a Christianity.
I get that, but it was, you weren't, like, I know Innocent was not into them or whatever, but like it,
Okay. Still upset the Pope.
yeah, this Pope. There are other popes before and after who fucking hated these people.
For sure, but he was trying to bring everybody together, along
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Prison Alexios.
Right.
He's trying to get the church reunited.
And by the way, it should be noted that this was not out of, the Pope just wanted more power.
Right.
Like, this
This
wasn't.
was not out of the goodwill of innocent.
No,
or-
yeah.
So they obliterate Constantinople in only 3 days.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no one that defended at that point.
No, because, they're not done building those walls.
Takes a minute.
It's April 1204, caused an even greater divide between the East and West Church as they looted, terrorized, and massacred the city with over 2,000 civilian casualties.
That actually seems low.
Right?
Civilian, not soldier.
Right.
Still looting, pillaging.
Killing. Alexios V, new Alexios, was executed, and the Crusaders themselves took the city and declared it the Latin Empire,
Oh, not an empire.
which would only last a few decades, but caused irreparable damages with the Byzantine Empire. who would retreat and form their own new empire. Was it Nicaea?
Yeah, in the city of Nicaea.
Nicaea. Yeah.
So it's basically they pulled like an American Revolution where they're like, oh, it's not our capital anymore. This is our capital now.
Right. They kind of moved the borders.
Right. What'd you say the April?
April 1204. So it was like 3 days. I think it was like
Okay. That's basically
April. I think 12th to the 15th.
So the schism of 1054 was January to July. 1054 is kind of when that happened. So like that's basically smack in the middle. We're talking the 150-year anniversary of the original schism. We're going right back at it.
Run it back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't that like one of the big theories that Steve Bannon had, where it's like things happen on like a 150-year cycle or something like that, where like you just
probably.
have like massive, like cataclysmic paradigm shifts.
Big Bannon boy?
No, I found his bullshit interesting though, like the grounds for it.
Yeah, like numerology or something.
No, like,
I did find I did watch like some video the other day. So obviously take that with a massive grain of salt. But they were saying, and this made more sense to me. It was like kind of big events happen on like like about every 70 years.
Oh yeah, no, that's. I think maybe you're right. It is there's like a 70. It's a 2 generations kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You get it just outside of living memory,
Yeah.
and you repeat history.
Right.
Now that, if it's not true, that's fine. I don't know. There's a certain sort of like initial makes sense logic to me with that.
Sure, surface level logic's fine, but like, yeah,
I don't know if it's true. Yeah.
But if you look at history, there's anything you can point at,
Right,
over
you can-
any time period where it's
You
like,
can
that
draw.
Is, that is the age of Aquarius, right? This is the moment where the paradigm shifts, and this is you can do it for anything.
You certainly should not look for patterns in. Look for patterns in behavior, but not patterns in time in a way where you try to make it like predicative. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't make predictions on those patterns.
No. Like you could be like, yeah, humans continually do this, so we can expect them to do it again.
But we can't set the date.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Now, they were shell of their former selves as the Byzantine Empire was kind of starting to leak oil, even before this. But this definitely kind of expedited the process with the fall of the Eastern Roman Empire. A lot of people argue whether or not this was kind of like the death knell or whether or not this kind of was like the spark. It was for sure kind of probably the former, because they were kind of on their way out anyway.
So they had a little bit, I think, of a resurgence. They were never what they were after the rise of Islam. Like that, they were a superpower for like 200 years. I kind of compare them to the United States in some ways. Sort of took the baton from a bigger, longer-lasting empire, England, America, and then they filled this void, and it kind of looked like no one's ever gonna top us. Like we're so fucking rich and powerful, and,
Which is such a naive viewpoint.
right? We've only got one enemy, and we're better than that. Like we'll fight them, but we're better than whatever. I kind of think we're, to quote Steve Bannon, no, but like, yeah, I kind of think I don't think we are going to be like the Eastern Roman Empire in the United States, but I do think it's an interesting comparison in terms of the amount of time they lasted as it's the biggest power.
Yeah, it's an interesting place to start drawing parallels too, right? Like because you have
to look
to
at like
to gauge it.
Right. It's not a direct. It's not a 1-to-1. But
No. How could it be? If anyone was advocating for that, they're an idiot. But like, it makes a lot of sense when you line them up together, and you're like, there's a lot of similar trajectory.
Yeah.
But in modernity, like the stasis that we kind of have, it is also very predictable. Like even as crazy as the Russia shit right now is, or as crazy as China is behaving, it's all kind of
the only thing that's crazy.
Trained.
The only thing that's crazy about the Russian invasion of Ukraine is that shit like that hasn't happened so much in the last 70 years.
No, there's been a break. There's been a long
what they're
break.
doing historically is hyper normal.
Oh, dude. I mean, people they've been talking
It's the most normal thing in the world.
The more radical Russians have been advocating for the invasion of Ukraine for a very long time. Bring it back,
And
basically.
it's not right, and I hope they lose. But like, it's just the type of thing where it's like that happened all the time.
Well, no, we talk about that in the Russia episode where it's like always the bridesmaid episode, basically. Yeah.
But not even just with Russia, with anything.
Sure.
Yeah, well, Rob, Sydney Sweeney's dad wore a MAGA hat, so that's more
is that why she
of
was
a
trending the
pressing
other
issue.
day?
Okay.
I don't even know who that is.
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, who's that?
She's
big titty girl from
She's the new
Euphoria.
Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's from like Spokane, Washington. Like crazy, her family's conservative.
Yeah, weird.
Weird.
But no, so they had the Eastern Roman Empire though was having a little bit of a comeback. They weren't at their previous level, but they were coming back a little bit. And then this just absolutely, they were a fucking shell after that. It's a miracle they lasted another 350 years.
So the Byzantine Empire would eventually recoup Constantinople, but at a much weaker capacity. They then faced centuries of assaults from the Muslim Turks, and by 1453, the city once again falls, this time to the Ottomans.
250 years, I'm sorry. Yes. And you know what happened?
Great footrests.
No, I mean how the city finally fell. Because they did build those walls. They finally got around to laying those bricks.
So what happened?
The Muslims, the Turks, they showed up with this fancy new thing called a cannon.
Oh, fuck yeah. So they had gunpowder from
Yeah.
the Chinese.
Yeah.
Sick.
I think it was actually a Christian that built their cannons.
Traitor.
Yeah, and they smashed through those fucking walls. And by the way, you know, at this point, the Eastern Roman Empire, when it fell to the Turks, it was so shitty. There were so few. I mean, they were basically just confined to Constantinople at that point, and a little bit outside of it. And they basically didn't have an army. And to call back to a previous episode, some of the people they had defending the city were the chariot fans, the hooligans, the chariot.
Oh God, the whites and the greens and
the blacks
blues.
and the whites, greens, blues, and reds.
Yeah.
Yep. They armed all those fans and had them manning certain portions of the wall and shit.
Oh, you mean like if we had a new civil war, it'd be a bunch of college football fans?
Yeah, there'd be a whole like Bama regiment and an Auburn regiment.
Ohio versus the SEC, yes.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, Ohio State fans would join whatever faction the SEC was part of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's usually always Ohio versus South, no?
It's Ohio versus the world.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, thanks in part to these crusades, the Eastern Roman Empire kind of collapses.
Yep.
I guess in one way or another. Not necessarily the direct cause, but like, you know, played a part in it.
No, it was it's like, I'm trying to think of, like, imagine like you have a relative and they're like 60, right? And they're healthy, but they're 60. Okay. So they're not in the prime of their life.
No.
All right. And then someone, I don't know, they get in a car accident. Like a drunk driver hits them and their head gets all fucked up. Right. Like they should have been going better, but this traumatic brain injury gets them. And now they're that trajectory of death, which they were on. It was a normal,
As we all are.
as a normal trajectory. It got sped up. This sped it up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're like, oh, they lasted another 250 years. Finally, Constantinople fell in 1450, whatever. They were bleeding the entire time.
Or even more so, your 85-year-old grandmother falls in the shower, breaks her hip.
She's on life support for 20 years.
You get to a certain age, you break a bone, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, my grandma broke her hip when she was in her early 80s, and she had surgery and it was successful surgery or whatever. But at a certain point, when you get put under that much anesthesia, you only come out of it so much.
Yeah. Especially in certain states, too. If you're like, you know, in Arizona in the summer and you fall on that pavement, you're just going to cook like an egg.
Yeah. You immediately just...
We also...
And then lizards eat you.
We don't understand anesthesia as much as we'd like to say. Like, what happens to your brain when you're under? Like, it's just not work. Like, what's
Have you ever met an anesthesiologist, by the way?
They're the highest paid people on earth.
My cousin is actually a nurse anesthetologist, and she's she's a hyper competent person. But man,
is she?
She makes so much money.
Yeah, because
I've met a
if
lot of
you fuck up even a
anesthesiologists
little
that are-
bit, you're dead, or you're alive during the surgery.
Yeah.
That
What
happens.
would you rather be?
Dead.
Every anesthesiologist
Oh, you put
I've
me to
met,
sleep forever? Whoops. Like versus,
know.
oh, I'm fucking locked into my body and I can feel everything.
and then
while
they're
someone's
always
cutting you
trying to
open.
work on their like tight 5 before they put you to sleep.
Oh, dude, that's so true. When I got my wisdom teeth taken out, the guy that was chiseling my jaw apart was like, "Hey, why does a chicken coop have 2 doors?" Just ripping teeth out of my jaw. I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because if it had 4, it'd be a chicken sedan."
Oh, that's a
The
great
blood
joke,
just
actually.
squirted into his
And then they
face
put
from
you
my
to
mouth.
sleep.
Wait,
Yeah.
you were
Good
awake
night.
for that?
I was on Versed, which is a twilight drug. It's an IV drip. Oh no, I laughed very hard to the point where they're like, "All right, stop."
I got put fully under for that. Have you ever been put fully under?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had my appendix
a
taken.
lot of times.
Okay. Yeah, you had your fucking leg poking out of your leg.
My Crohn's, my nose.
Yeah. Wait, your nose? Open your nose?
First bone and broke was my nose.
Oh,
Playing slam ball.
sick.
Anesthesia is hilarious because they're like, count backwards from 10, and by 9 you're out.
Oh, you're
Just
you're
like,
done. I've had it. Yeah, I've been under twice. For wisdom teeth, they put me fully under, and then I've metal holding my orbital bone together, and I was fully under for that as well.
I've also
obviously.
been fully under for, camera up my ass.
Oh, you had a colonoscopy? Okay.
They
Multiple.
put you under for that?
They normally don't.
I went under.
Went
That's
into
cool
the
they did
Crohn's
that.
zone?
Went to the Crohn's zone, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd want to be awake for your prostate being tickled. I take the
A
feeling
little
out of
extra
that.
enjoyment, The Crusaders, who would eventually go to the Middle East to retake Jerusalem on the Venetian boats that started it all, universally failed. Their biggest legacy was dividing the church more. And
I mean, how many of them even finally went? Did Boniface even go?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. What's the point?
It's like that 4th year of Bonnaroo after college where it's like, you know
He-
what?
Seems like a smarter man than
Yeah,
most.
it's like, I'm
Yeah.
done.
Well, it's like, at some point, you're going to go to the tailgate, but you're not going to go into the game.
I'm here to have fun with the boys. I'm going to watch it on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Better
that
coverage.
is the story of the Fourth Crusade. Did you guys learn anything?
I learned that I feel like that's the most representative crusade.
I learned that someone was so fucking stupid they decided to invade Israel through the worst way possible.
Oh my God.
That's unbelievable to me still.
The
That they decided
only
to go that way.
the only worst route would have been just walking through the ocean.
Yeah, trying to Jesus it.
Yeah,
Just like-
or you're like the fucking skeletons in the first Pirates of the Caribbean. You're just like walking on.
I'm
bottom
pretty
of the
sure
ocean.
that's
You
why
drown
like Boniface was open for those side missions.
He was only there for the side missions.
He's like, yeah, no, I don't know about this main story.
It's like
but
it doesn't drive the plot, but there's a really good payout.
Yeah,
So yeah,
he's
I'm here for
doing
it.
every side mission in his little Grand Theft Auto life, his little Assassin's Creed life, whatever. Like
Fallout, yeah.
yeah, the main story,
Just
not a
sandbox
situation
game.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite of a person. I have to get through the main narrative.
I do
before
too. I
touch.
never go to the side missions
I do the side missions after just to enjoy the game more.
because
but
like you have extra
an open
game.
world.
Yeah, and you're loaded at
and you're
that point.
stress free. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I need that narrative.
I have to know what happens next. Whereas like I played through Breath of the Wild, got through the story really quick.
And I'll just never understand those people that put like 100 hours into a video game and just aren't even close to being done.
It's the journey, not the destination.
No,
Fuck off.
I want to know how the story ends.
Today's Hitler, Rob.
Um.
No, I'm saying it's you
I'm just
for that take. Yes.
Rob Sittler, yeah.
Today's Hitler. I don't know. Crusades, religion,
Islam,
money. It's not Islam.
It's really not.
They didn't do anything this time. They weren't even involved.
The
Yeah.
Venetians?
No,
No,
They
they were
just-
just
Innocent would like
they
you
were
to
just
think that.
businessmen.
Um,
They didn't do anything wrong.
Boniface was pretty fucking ruthless.
I'm gonna go actually with my actual Hitler for today's episode is Alexios,
in
prison Alexios.
Yeah, because
Alexios the Fourth.
Yeah,
because he promised money he didn't have, and
it
that got
created more
innocent people
conflict.
killed.
Yeah, it created more conflict. I was gonna say the same thing. Alexios the Fourth, the one in prison, because of his just bullshit. Basically, a lot of innocent people died.
Yes.
All the innocent people
Yeah,
in Constantinople.
Yeah. Fuck. He's the piece of shit today.
Yeah.
And what I learned today, I learned that the Crusades were very crusady. I mean, I already knew the Crusades were an incompetent mess. So, and again, like I said, this is the poster crusade.
It's the best crusade.
it's a Crusader's crusade. You know?
The crusade that's never talked about. I've not heard about this really. Like, they don't really talk about this ever.
No, they don't. So it gets talked a lot on like Reddit history threads because it's such a funny cell phone. But like, if you're not like a real history nerd or whatever, they don't even. And I took religion classes, history classes at religious schools.
3 Crusades.
The 3 they talk about the first 3, and then you end with the trilogy because after that it just gets kind of silly.
Yeah, you don't really want to end on 4.
No.
4 is just not a good
Crusade
number.
4 is like Godfather 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Pirates 4.
Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Pirates ends at World's End. Right?
I think it ends at Black Pearl.
It's Black Pearl. What's the second one?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares?
The one with the Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken, and then at World's End is the third one. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
Can you think of like a series that was like good with 4 movies?
No. Rocky.
No.
There's like
No. Not at all.
9 Rockies.
Well, if Rocky 4 was supposed to end at Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Then there's Rocky 5. Then there's Rocky Balboa.
Well, it's stupid.
Then there's 2 Creeds.
Well,
I haven't seen the second Creed. Seems dumb.
I've never seen any Rocky movie the whole way through.
Really?
Never the whole way through.
Oh.
I didn't enjoy the first one at all. I turned it off.
You didn't live with a father and have TNT in the 90s, early 2000s?
Oh, we had TNT, all right. We just, we could also alternate to TNN and watch James Bond Month, which was way cooler.
Fair.
No, it wasn't.
I've seen. Yes, it is.
There's too many. There's like 80 James Bonds.
And they're all better than all of the Rocky movies.
That's so bad.
questionable, actually.
Yeah.
Rocky 1's fine.
All right. Check out our Patreon. We got an extra episode. Rob just did a episode on Ben Franklin's penis.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Well, how he used it.
Yeah. His rules for fucking. Ben Franklin's rules of fucking.
8 simple rules for bagging an old lady.
And he's not lying about the 8 part.
There is 8 rules.
It was a damn
8.
joke, actually.
Yeah.
So go ahead, patreon.com/softcorehistory. $5 a month gets you an extra episode every week. Drops on Wednesday. So Ben Franklin's rules for banging will drop on Wednesday.
Real quick, also, make sure, again, if you don't know already, witherknot.com.
Check them out.
Pod 20 gets you 20% off the best rugby shirts in existence.
Rob's
I'm wearing one right now.
Yeah. Help grow them, help grow us.
It is a brand, by the way, that like I literally, like I said, reached out to, and they like us. We like them.
They already
And-
heard the ad.
Yeah, they've heard the ad. So buy a rugby shirt. They are the dopest shirts you will ever buy.
Softcorehistory.com for merch as well. You want like a Topsy the Elephant t-shirt. We have some Freedom Torch t-shirts as well that I really like. Maybe some new stuff coming in the store. Stay tuned for that. Our girl Rachel Pageviews actually just sent me a photo of her rocking the Softcore History sweater.
Oh,
Nice.
So
Thanks, Rich.
winter's coming up. Buy yourself a sweater.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting one for myself.
What's a
actually.
sweatshirt?
It's a sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt,
yes.
sweater. Crew neck.
Totally different things.
Crew neck.
Crew neck sweatshirt. They're sexy.
Either way. And then again, leave a review. Apple, Spotify. Spotify just had to hit the 5 stars. Apple, we'd appreciate if you leave a review. That really helps us move up the charts, manipulate that shit. People are kind of torn with how you treated episode 104, the 2-year anniversary with the Chick-fil-A bag. Some people liked it, some people not so much.
It was 1-1, and I know which side I'm on.
You were the
right
one
side of
eating
history,
it, so
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, leave a review, iTunes, tell a friend about the podcast. Help us grow. The bigger we get, the more episodes we can actually do if we can turn this into a full-time job. So that'd be fantastic. So for Rob Fox and Jake Goldman, I'm Dan Regester, and you just got soft served.